We all love the convenience and charm of our local bodegas and delis. Today, we're taking you along to explore an Indian version with a variety of sweet and savory snacks. We'll look at what's on the menu and try some of our favorites. So let's go. You might be wondering, what is a sweet shop? Sweet shops are everywhere in India. After all, what joy is there in a day without a snack? You can find a version of those in the US in the form of Indian grocery stores, but they don't have the sheer variety of sweets and snacks that the Indian versions in India have to offer. You can almost think of an Indian sweet shop as a patisserie. They sell a plethora of sweets, a delectable variety of savory snacks, and street-style dishes called chaat. All of these dishes are freshly prepared every single day, and they're of top-notch quality. It's hard to find that quality in the US and Indian grocery stores. People come here to satisfy their in-between mealtime cravings or to buy sweets for their home, where they're served as dessert with dinner or for guests that come to the house to welcome them. The sweet shop we went to was in Delhi, and it was on our last trip to India. But before we taste some of the dishes, let's see what they have on the menu. The menu here is extensive. Although we're focusing on chaat today, you can get a variety of street food dishes on this menu. Other than chaat, the section that drew my attention was the Indo-Chinese section. Indo-Chinese is my favorite cuisine, and I was so tempted to order the honey chili potatoes. But we decided to skip that for today because we had a lot of chaat to eat. But before we place our order, let's look at what's in the glass case full of sweets and snacks. The variety here is mind-boggling. The sweets range from delicate desserts made from local full cream dairy to deep-fried desserts made from different types of flours and lentils. The sweets made of local milk products have a subtle flavor and a shorter shelf life. The main point in these desserts is to highlight the flavor of the local dairy. They're topped with fragrant nuts like pistachios or garnished with silver foil. They're an absolute beauty to look at. Some of these sweets are flavored with saffron and cardamom, and some are even flavored with chocolate for a unique flavor combination. They're soft, crumbly, and melt in your mouth, and they're truly an incredible experience to eat. You must try them. They also have a spongy, savory snack called dhokla made of lentil flour, as well as this beautiful dessert called rasmalai that's soaked in a fragrant saffron-flavored milk. I have made both of these dishes at my pop-ups, and we can talk about them at length in a later video. We weren't planning on getting dessert, but we couldn't resist ordering something after looking at this gorgeous case full of sweets. This is not the end of the sweet shop. They also have a live chaat counter right outside the sweet shop. Delicious street food snacks are being prepared right in front of your eyes in a matter of minutes, and people are huddled around eagerly waiting for their chaat fix. This is a tiny cart, but you'd be surprised that it holds ingredients for over 10 different kinds of dishes. They proudly proclaim that they use mineral water for all of their preparations, and this is important because it means that visitors from outside of India can taste real India through chaat. This particular shop even caters to birthday parties and weddings. We've had a live chaat counter at our wedding recently in India, and I've had these chaat counters at my birthday parties when I was young. It was a lot of fun, and all my friends loved it. We had a tough time deciding, but we had to get something from the chaat counter. You can tell we got all our favorites. The first thing we got was dahi puri. This is another dish that I've made on my channel. I'll leave the link down below if you want to see that fun tasting. Think of this as essentially pani puri filled with yogurt instead of spiced water. The crisp shells are made of wheat flour or semolina, and they hold an intensely flavorful filling of spiced yogurt, mint chutney, a tamarind chutney, and some cooked chickpeas. The result is a crunchy exterior that literally bursts in your mouth with flavor, with all of these beautiful sauces. The next dish we had is my favorite Delhi street food. It's called aloo tikki chaat, and it's essentially a crisp potato patty doused with spiced yogurt, chickpeas, a sweet tamarind chutney, and a tangy mint and cilantro chutney. I love the contrast between the textures and the flavors. The potato patty is double fried, which means that it's crisp on the outside and perfectly cooked and soft on the inside. It's also flavored with a variety of spices like cumin and coriander. And then once you dip the potato patty into those sauces, the flavor combination that's created explodes in your mouth. The contrast in the flavors and textures of this dish blows my mind every single time I eat it. It was finally time for dessert, and Ross and I ordered something that we both love. It's called besan laddu, and it's essentially a dessert made of chickpea flour, sugar, and ghee. The ingredients are very simple, but the technique that goes into making it is key. Because if you don't get the technique right, you're not going to get the right texture. The inside of this laddu looks crumbly and grainy, but the moment you bite into it, it melts in your mouth and coats your mouth with this wonderful ghee and chickpea flavor. I love this dessert because it's so simple. You can taste all the individual ingredients, and yet all the flavors meld together so perfectly. Our bellies and hearts were completely full after this visit to this Delhi sweet shop. My dream is to open a sweet shop like this one in Las Vegas so I can bring the real taste of India to the US. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel to follow my journey here on YouTube.